Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Charts right away. Hope everybody got a good night's sleep. I'm definitely gonna need to catch a nap today. Many nights in a row. Short sleep, and I did not get a nap yesterday. On gold, I want to discuss this right away, get it out of the way. Remember yesterday, we were over here. We were right here. And I said, if gold breaks through there, where is it going? First area over here of resistance was going to be somewhere around here. That's exactly where it hit. Any patient trader, let's see, that was at 11 o'clock in the morning. Would have gotten paid about 70 pips. That's not a bad deal right there. Let's see what are we looking at today with gold? If it breaks to the top, there's another area over here. Breaks to the top, it's gonna have a little hesitation there. If it breaks to the bottom, we already know. To the top, we got about 70 some pips. To the bottom, we got about 60 some pips. That's pretty good. Shibuya, buenos días, Mercedes. Dios te bendiga. Morning, Brandon. Good morning, Dan. Can you share some psychology motivation in regards to trading? Well, there is a lot of that on the site. Let's see what I can think of off the top of my head without a specific topic. I'm gonna have to think that through. Let me see what I come up with as I set this up, Brandon. The one thing I will say is, man, you better be motivated. I mean, I remember somebody telling me, if your paycheck or your checkbook doesn't motivate you, if you take a look at your paycheck and the money that you're bringing in is not covering the bills, or you barely have enough money at the end of the month, or you're looking at your bills and you're not quite covering what you need to pay, thinking of your children's education, and you don't have the money, if that doesn't motivate you, ain't nothing I'm gonna do to motivate you. In other words, motivation has to be self-motivation. Motivation has to come from you. It has to be born in you. And if you are not feeling motivated, you might need to take some time off and do a self-analysis, do a little bit of personal review, see where you're at, what's going on. Because life is not a game. You only get one. And we better be about the business. The getting to where we're going and leaving a mark. So what I would say about motivation is go back to a time when there were no limits to your imagination. Go back to a time when there was no limit to your imagination. Start dreaming again. If you're having a hard time doing that, you may need a retreat. You may need to go away. You may need to go away from your regular. That's the beautiful thing about these conventions. You know, I'm talking about direct sales conventions. The direct sales conventions that they have, where it's a lot of rah-rah, right? It's a lot of hype. But the beautiful thing about it, when you get away from a home and your regular surroundings, and you put yourself in a room packed with people who are excited about their dreams, about where they're headed, even if you know half of them are not going to do it. You know, half of them are not going to do it. More than half are not going to do it. It's always a 10% that go for it, right? But let me tell you, without being in that environment, you may never break out of your chains. You may never break out. Okay, let's see, what is this? Is gold that's making a move? No. Yeah, gold is making a move on the 15-minute chart. It's got the 50 moving average right there, though. Ain't much gonna happen. I don't think just yet. But I find it interesting, though. The trend line is way out here. The 50 is a good indicator of what may happen here. I like the way the 50 is moving along the line with my trend line. So if you have a Tony Robbins coming into town, and over here, this would be the second day in a row where GU pays out about 14 pips, and that's it. It's coming back inside again. Yesterday, it did something similar to the top. It's basically consolidating. This thing is waiting for news or something. GBP USD is waiting. It is at a big area of demand. This whole thing over here is from the daily. Okay, so this whole area is a big area of demand. And it's trying to figure out what it wants to do. If you go to the daily, look at it. I mean, this is not small. This is huge. This is powerful. So it's trying to figure out, okay, are we stopping? Are we reversing? Are we kicking back? What are we doing? It's an important area. So looks like it bounced right up. Let's see what it does here. Closes back inside. It should be headed north. Not much of a range, is it? 20 pips, that's not much of a range. It's another high up here. But before it gets there, it's got to deal with these. See these wicks of rejection? Yeah, I'm not liking GU today. Not very much at all. I like gold. I like this little scenario. I haven't looked at my third pair over here yet. So back to my rant. Back to my rant. Let's clear this out. Yeah, we have a little wedge going on here. I'm conservative. I'm doing it like so. If you're having a hard time dreaming and getting excited about your future, about the things that you want to accomplish, if you've been burned by the markets so much that you're considering quitting, maybe you need to sacrifice a couple of bucks and go to a Tony Robbins event. Go to see Eric Thomas. Go find out what Goggin is speaking and go see him. Heck, even Ed Pena, who I dislike I don't know him personally. I can't say I dislike his delivery, but you know, my checkbook doesn't come anywhere near to his. So he knows something I don't know. And has plenty of done some stuff that I've not done. My point is, go get yourself in an environment away from the norm, away from what you normally see on a day-to-day basis. Get away, get away, get away. And allow yourself, suspend your disbelief. You remember Matrix? Suspend your disbelief for just a minute to allow hope to creep in there again. Just give yourself a chance of believing again, because the bottom line, guys, for all of our intentions, for all that we want to do or not do or whatever, it's our belief that's going to make it happen. It's our belief. If we don't believe, nothing's going to happen. The Bible tells us it's impossible to please God without faith. Hebrews 11:6, I think. It is impossible. Actually, the word is, without faith, it is impossible to please God. God's not moved by our weeping and crying and whining, and he's not moved by any of that. Probably annoys the heck out of him. He's moved by faith. I know that we have people here who are not believers and other people who are in other religions. I understand that. But I can only give you my experience, my knowledge, and my understanding. And reading the scriptures, I see how Jesus treated some people. They came to him with needs, and he was like, what is that to me? To his own mother, he said, like, what is that to me? You know, he was at his first miracle. He was at a wedding, and they ran out of wine, which would have been a shameful thing for the parents and for the couple, if they ran out of wine in their wedding celebration. And Mary came to Jesus, Mary being his mother. Yeah, gold is making a move. Perhaps only to bounce, but it's been moving. Below 50. So a 17-pip move. Mary came to Jesus and said, hey, they've run out of wine. And he's like, my time's not up yet. Called her woman. What's that to me, basically? She knew that he would handle it. And so she turned around to the servants and goes, do whatever he says. She knew. And so it was basically like, Mom, shoot, why are you putting me in this spot? But Mom got what she wanted. We get the Samaritan woman who had a child that was sick, and he was like, I didn't come here for you, I came here for the Jews. And she's like, yeah, I know, but because he's like almost called her like a dog. He said, it's not right to give the bread of the children to their dogs. And she's like, yeah, you're right. But even dogs eat from the crumbs that fall from the table of their masters. And basically she was saying, it's not a big deal for you to do what I'm asking you to do. For you, it's not a big deal to do this for me. And he's like, woman, you have great faith. Go, it's done. I mean, that's how it works. Without belief, nothing's going to happen. Yeah, gold is making moves. So how did you engender belief when your belief has been snuffed out by life? Right? When you have a child that's sick, when your spouse is sick, when you lost your job, when a blasted virus comes through town and takes your job away from you, when you're struggling to just keep the lights on, how do you? Well, you better have it in your belly to begin with. And that's also part of the reason why this mindset training needs to be part of your daily routine. Not a day goes by that I don't spend, I'm going to say at least 30 minutes. I'm going to say at least 30 minutes. It's a lot of times it's a whole lot more than that. Sometimes it's hours. Sometimes I spend hours a day feeding my mind with content that makes me think beyond my limitations, my self-imposed limitations, because we all have self-imposed limitations. We all have them. We all have them. It's paradigms, right? You got to go from paradigm to paradigm. You cannot live outside of paradigms. You're going to have your paradigms anyway. The question is, what paradigms are they going to be? Is it going to be a $5,000 a month paradigm? Or is it going to be a $10,000 a month paradigm? Is it going to be $1 million a month paradigm or beyond that? But you're still going to have paradigms. It's how we measure where we are in the world. It's how we know how to have relationships with people, how we have a relationship with ourselves. Paradigms is part of the game. Our mind is always looking for shortcuts to speed up the processes of the things that we do. And for those of you who don't know, may think that I'm talking out of my butt. I've studied this for 20 plus years. I have a master's degree and I have PhD studies on the subject. Plus I've lived it. Plus I've worked with people. I've been working with people for, I don't know how many years. So I know what I'm talking about. And so what I'm saying to you is, don't wait until you need it to put it inside of you. If you wait until you need it to put it inside of you, you may not have it. It might wipe you out. Life will wipe you out. It's coming. I did a video recently on Instagram, and if you look for me on Instagram, it's the same, Rivera Trading Group. Where I talked about basically redeem the times. Our life is just ebbing by, just going and going, and we're just watching it go. Hours turns into days, days turns into weeks, turn to months. Before you know it, you're 50 and gray. And you wonder where your life gone. And if you're not careful, you start thinking that this is it. This is the best. This is as good as it gets. Whatever it is that you have, this is as good as it gets. Not true. Almost cussed there for a minute. You can redefine yourself. You can redefine yourself at any time in your life. You can turn on the switch of who you really are anytime and discover who you really are. Nobody knows who you are. Your mom and your dad don't know who you are. God made you for his purposes. When you have a specific destiny and a clue about that destiny is in your imagination. And if you don't tap into it and bring up the belief again, life will continue to beat you. And it's an amazing thing about life, man. It's an amazing thing. And I have experienced this several times in my life. When you become bold, when you say enough, and you become bold and press on life, life moves out of your way. It's unbelievable. But you know, this whole time you've been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed in a direction. All of a sudden you turn around and face the wind. It starts pushing against it, and all of a sudden the wind gets out of your way. I mean, it's how does that work? I don't know. I know that we were created to have dominion. And I think nature, the universe, everything around us responds to us when we say, this is what I want. This is what I'm going after. I'm pushing against this, and I'm going to have it. So hand it over. It's crazy what happens. It's amazing. Initially, the voices are going to be like, nah, you're not serious. Initially, the voices are like, come on, give it up. See the voices in your head, right? And you go back to your old habits and you fall off the wagon. And then you remember. So you get back on the wagon and you press again, and you press again, and you press again, and you press again. And again, those voices, nah, not really, nah. And then you lose 5 pounds, and then you lose 10 pounds, and then you lose 15 pounds. And the voice is still there saying, nah, you'll quit soon. You'll be done here in just a minute. And you kept pressing, and you kept pressing, and you kept pressing, and you kept pressing. All of a sudden, the record in your head starts changing. It's like one half of your brain starts talking to the other half. Hey, shut up, line up already. The boss said we're going this way. Let's go. And then the other part is like, all of a sudden it starts wobbling, and all of a sudden you get single focused. All of a sudden you get congruent. You become unstoppable because your mind, your soul, your body, everything lines up suddenly in one direction. And when you do that, everybody gets out of your way. Everybody. They understand, crap, he's serious about this. Oh my, I mean, I guess we are going in that direction. I guess we are opening that business. I guess we are buying that property. I guess, you know what, if you have experienced that, say I, like like Tony Robbins, I say. So back to my point. Scrape up a couple $100. and go spend your weekend with Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas, or whoever it is. If you have a convention where several are coming to speak, invest the money. You will gladly spend that money on a new pair of golf clubs. You will happily spend that money on a gadget for your boat. You will gladly spend that money on tickets to the ball game or whatever. Invest in yourself. Stop messing around. Take that money and go get your mind fed. Go get your belief up and make a decision. Make a decision there. When you are there in that environment of belief, when all of a sudden you start imagining what could be, again, what could be, if you could just get yourself to do what you know you should do. In that environment, make a decision. Now, making the decision in that environment is not going to ensure that you're going to do it. You're going to have to follow through with a commitment. That's going to be the tough part. But once you have made the decision, you implement the commitment. And here's the commitment. Whether you feel it or not, you're going to make those 10 phone calls. Whether you feel it or not, you're going to take that walk around the block. Whether you feel it or not, you're going to pick up that phone and you're going to call that loved one that you're estranged from. Whether you feel it or not, you're going to enroll back in school if that's something that you want to do. Because it doesn't really matter how you feel, guys. What matters is what we do. That's all that matters, is what we do. It doesn't matter how we feel. What matters is what we do. The feeling may not come. You just go ahead and do. There's a huge level of confidence that is showered upon you when you do what you say you're going to do, despite or in spite of your emotions, in spite of your feelings. I just don't feel like it. Who cares? Who cares? Your goals and dreams are waiting for you on the other side of this thing. It's just a thing. It's not even real. It's not even real. The barrier is not even real. It's a mental construct that we have created to keep us where we're at. Because it's a comfort zone, because of what we know, because of what we have known forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Okay, it's not real. So it disappeared. The moment that you start pressing against it and remain pressing against it, it'll be gone. And maybe it's not this year. It could happen dramatically. Maybe it's not this year, maybe it's next year, maybe it's 2 years from now, maybe it's 5 years from now. But you will be a whole different person. You will be a whole different person. And then that is just the beginning of possibilities for you. Then it's just the beginning of possibilities for you. You are just beginning. Because the moment that you discover that you can make yourself do anything that you want to do, anything you say you're going to do in spite of your emotions, the moment that you discover that, nothing is impossible to you. There's the rant for the day. I can get fired up about this because I love it. And I've seen amazing transformations in my own life. Has been a transformation. Big old rejection I would have thought this was closing up here. Rejection. A minute from 7 a.m. One minute from 7 a.m. And I'm not trying to hype you up, guys. Hype doesn't last. Hype doesn't last. Right? And even motivation doesn't last, which is what Zig Ziglar used to say. You know, when people say, well, Ziggy, you know, the problem with motivation is that it doesn't last. And it says, yeah, a shower doesn't either, but you shower every day. You know? My goal with anybody that I speak of this about is that you begin a journey of self-development that leads you to discover who you are and what is possible. You know, I have had so many experiences and things that I wasn't even qualified for, or that I didn't even know. I was not experienced in. But I made a decision about something in the moment. I made a decision and I pressed boldly, like I've always been doing it. And all of a sudden, it was as if people didn't have a clue. When I started selling real estate, you know, I was very intimidated. I mean, there was a lot of agents here in South Florida. There's tons of agents, right? People told me, why are you going to become a real estate agent? I'm thinking, all the money's there. And they said, there are 10,000 realtors in Broward alone. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? What does it have to do with anything? You know? And I remember I sold like, I don't know, 8 properties in the first 5 months. Something like that. I can't remember. And I remember my first client said, how long have you been doing this, Robert? And I said, well, about a month. You're my first client. And he's like, what? I would have thought you've been doing this forever. Yeah, well, it's an attitude. You know? It's an attitude. And that's really it. It's an attitude. You know how people have said, you've heard it said, fake it until you make it. Well, it's not quite fake it until you make it. You got to believe it. You have to assume the role and believe yourself to be that role. This is who I am. This is what I do. I am a consistently profitable trader. That should be your mantra. I am a consistently profitable trader. I always follow my rules. I always do what I say I'm going to do. People can depend on me. I'm reliable. I can depend on me. I trust myself. I know I can do this because I do this. This is what I do. This is who I am. You repeat that over and over and over and over. And I don't care how you feel. I don't care how your day goes. I don't care what happens. You will become it. You will become it. I remember being so frustrated with God because, you know, my childhood was really rough with my dad. And I felt like I was under the expectations of being a great father now. I didn't know how to be one. I mean, how are you a father when you don't have a role model to show you? And I wanted to be a good one, and I wanted to do it right. You know? So I studied, I read, I studied and I read and I prayed and I cried and I worked hard at it. And one day I realized I was it. I was it. I did not have a point of reference of someone close to me that could show me what it was like, and yet I became it. Because I wanted it so bad. I worked at it really hard. And I believed. And by the way, on that real estate agent story, I became agent of the year in an office of 140 agents my first year. And it was really all just this is how it is. This is how it is. You don't accept, you see your limitations, okay? You see your limitations. You hear the voices. You know where you've been and what you have done and what you haven't done, and you know all that. You know that story already. Okay, you know that story very well. Okay? Nobody has to tell you that. You know that story very well. Well, let's imagine a different story. Let's imagine a different story. Let's come up with a different script. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to become? You know, and what transformation is going to need to happen for you to become that? And then let's get on the business of becoming it. Let's get on the business of becoming it. Not a lot of pips in between here. Eventually this will widen. And then that trend line will become important, but right now it's not. This is GPJPY. If it's not relevant, I take it off because I don't like to have anything on my screen that's not relevant. Look at that retracement. 61.8 exact retracement. Nice. Is this a daily supply or something? I mean, demand? Yeah. Yeah. Very much like the picture on GBP USD, right? Almost exact. I think the chef broke and left town. That was nice for a long time, and now it's gone. Broke, retested, dropped. It was beautiful while we had it. Too bad I don't trade it. I haven't seen the comments yet, guys, because I've been I have to go back and read the comments because I've been on this rant over here. It's your fault, Brandon. I am passionate about this. I believe very strongly in it. And I have dedicated my life to helping people overcome their self-limiting beliefs. And again, belief is where it's at. And if you find yourself in a difficult spot, go scrape the money you got and go find yourself again an environment where you can thrive. Like again, it's a temporary thing, right? It's a temporary thing. Going to a convention, going to Tony Robbins convention or Eric Thomas, something like that, it's a temporary fix. It doesn't last. But the point of the exercise, I might be going in on that. What time's news? News is at 10. So very tempting to go into that right there because it already broke out. You can call this the retest. I mean, this to me was a retest, but that little retest only paid 13 pips. This massive wick here may pay a whole lot more now. Well, I can't say a whole lot more. I would say, well, what was that 20 pips? That's not even. No, I don't like GU today. Sorry. It's my baby too, but I don't like it. And gold is going. How many pips we got to the bottom? I think I'm going in on that. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. Let's see what happens on that gold. That should push all the way down beyond, I guess test what low is it going to test? This low, yeah, which is down here. May have a problem with the trend line there. We shall see. See if I can catch some of these comments. Good morning, Latanya. Good morning, Derek. Good morning, Luis. Kevin. I think I already said good morning to Mercedes. Sandrika, good morning. Good morning, Roberto. Just reading through the comments. So, As a Man Thinketh, great, powerful book. As a Man Thinketh. Comes from the proverb that says, "The man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Yeah, what affirmations do, is it creates belief. That's the whole point of affirmations. The whole point of affirmations is the building of beliefs. When your mind comes to the point of believing, then the manifestation is almost immediate. It's almost immediate once your mind believes. Jay Babbis. I'm not sure I remember that last name, brother. Sorry. You might have been on TTP. With which cell is that, Mercedes? Which cell was that? The GU? To goal fund support. Let's see. I'm not looking at Daniel's question here. In the Trend Trading Academy, I got lots of videos on how to take our trades and the trade setups and such. But here, I'm not sure if I have the fake out video. I have the fake out video. Where I explain how I take the trades on the fake out video. Where's my Dixie? Is my Dixie doing anything? Dixie's having a hard time going back up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the first retest only paid like 13 pips or something like that on that one. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. Right, Mercedes, yeah. We all go through that. Because we've been taught to believe the experts. Yeah. I'm so skeptical of experts. You know, people who are supposed to be in the know of things. I'd rather learn it myself and trust my own analysis. Sorry, guys. Are we gaining some strength over here? Can't really tell. That's a good question, Josh. About taking a sell or a buy at the same time on opposite directions of GU. Yesterday it worked out pretty good that they were going opposite directions, but that's not always the case. So I mean, you got to basically do your analysis, then trust your analysis. That's really what I would advise. Do your analysis and then trust your analysis. Gold is moving. That's 8 pips. Having a hard time there. I might take profit there. Let me take that one. It's about 8 pips. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna make myself wait. Nice rejection of the 50 right there. Yeah, Josh, we have was it Josh who has a question? Yeah, I don't know about taking a, how can I say, taking a position, taking opposites. Don't take opposite directions just because they're moving in opposite directions. Be convinced, be convinced of what it is that you're doing. And then go for it. Be convinced of your approach and what you're doing, and then stick with it. Let's see, this should touch the trend line, if not go beyond it. Let's see if that candle goes all the way to the bottom there before 8:30, means 7:30. Yeah, like Mercedes was saying, whenever I hear something from an expert, I go and do my own research. I go do my research and then formulate my own opinion. And my opinion may come to the same conclusion, but it is now my analysis and then my study. And what I created with that is learning to trust my own judgment. And so some people may call that arrogance, they may call it cynical or whatever you want to call it. But the bottom line is you have to be convicted about what you know in life and not go by what other people are saying. How are you going to ever be able to trust your own judgment if you're constantly depending on other people to tell you what to think or how to think? It doesn't work. So get informed, go do your own research. Come on, Gold, let's go. And where's Josh? Good old Joel. There you go, buddy. Now wait. I mean, you can either become the expert or you're dependent on the experts. And so I strive to become the expert. Understanding my limitations, I don't have the years of experience of an individual may have, but I have learned how to do. That's a nice move right there on Gold. Very nice move. If anybody took that right there, 17 pips or so. Nice move. Yep. Touched it now before 7:30. 7:30 might do something else. There he is. Buen dia, Josh. Yep. That's a nice move on Gold right there. Like Jay would say, if you got some of that, give your boy a holla. Holla. What was the 15-minute? Yeah, we knew it was coming after the 15-minute. It took a minute here. Heartstrings. I focus on price action, and then if I see a potential fake out on something, then I might turn on my stochastic RSI, which is that right there. My stochastic RSI right now is telling me it's at the bottom, which it is at the bottom, right, of this area. The 15 is also at the bottom. The hourly is at the bottom. This is going to start curling up here in just a minute, I'm thinking. 4 hours been up since yesterday. Gotta keep an eye on those higher time frames. I mean, this was a 61.8 rejection, no? Yep, That was a 61.8 rejection. It's right in the golden zone. All of this action right here is happening inside of the golden zone of this move. Swing high, swing low. All of this. So based on the 4 hour, this thing eventually is going to come down, but it stay up there for a while. On the shorter time frames, catching a bounce from here could pay you. It's bearish at the moment. Like, for example, just to give you a little bit of my strategy and thinking of entry. If this candle breaks down below, something like this, and closes, and then comes back up and closes up here with the stochastic RSI as it is right now, I'm looking then to take this to the top zone. If this closes out here, but the very next candle comes back inside and closes inside with the momentum from the bottom of the stochastic RSI, I'm looking to take it to the top. That's when I use the stochastic RSI. Otherwise, I'm not really looking at it. See that bounce right there? That would have paid you nicely. Josh might have caught that. That's 15 pips, 17 pips. So yeah, this bounce could have been anticipated from the fact that this is where it bounced before, from the fact that the stochastic RSI is at the bottom. But I would rather the higher probability for me is once it fakes like it's going to sell and then comes back inside, because now I know the intent of the market makers. The intent of the market makers was to induce sells to take it to the upside. You know, what they're doing, let me put it this way, what they're doing is not clearly seen while it's happening. But once it's happened, like here, then you can clearly see it and take advantage of it. So that's why I love it when it's like, who was it? Jay was saying it? Joe said it. You know, we are probably the academy, the TTA Academy is probably the only academy out there who gets excited about fake outs. And that's because yours truly here came up with a strategy for fake outs that pays in a very, very high percentage. Very high percentage. So we're not worried about fake outs. We can make good money on fake outs. We just wait and watch. Like again, okay, so here's talking further, right? We see, you heard me say, right? Price is messing around here, bounce again. Now that it rejected the 50, it should break down here, right? So it did, and it paid us whatever it was, 20 pips. It paid us 20 pips down here, which on gold, good money, right? Good money. Seems to be rejecting here again, broke out and now seems to be rejecting again. Perhaps it's a continuation to the downside. But just because it rejected here just now doesn't mean they won't fake here and come back in. So we watch what the price is doing. We don't know yet what the big money is trying to do. We don't know yet. Remember, like I mentioned, this whole thing is in a golden zone. This whole thing is the golden zone from the daily. So technically speaking, it should be coming down as a continuation of the move downward. It's a good price point for people to enter to catch sales, but that don't mean nothing. It could just break to the top side and continue this movement from yesterday and continue this move from the last couple of days. You know, let's go take a look at this move in the last several days since last Friday. All right, or is it since Monday? Since Monday. Take a look at that. That is super shallow. That's a 23.6 bounce. You know, so on the higher time frame, on the daily, it's at the golden zone. On the hourly, it's at the 23.6. So because of those conflicting information, I just rather watch the price. I just rather watch what price is doing and take advantage of that. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Josh says he's long on GJ. Good. So you caught a good bounce there. Let's see if that pans out. Let me take a look at that GJ again. So I don't know when these markings were from. Or am I on the lower time frame? Yeah, I guess I marked it earlier today. Ignoring this over here, this noise. So with the 50 on the 30, coming right up on the 50, Josh. On the hour. Beware of that. Beware. Buyer beware. Yeah, you might be right, Josh. That orders may be being filled here for buys. Because it is at or close to demand zone here. Hmm. 8 o'clock coming in about 22 minutes. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't like GU today. For the last couple of days. Yesterday, it paid about 14 pips, 13 pips up here and then quit. Now it paid 13 pips or 14 pips down here and quit. Don't like the action. Hovering in here. It's the hour action. Excuse me. Take care, Brandon. Have a good day. Yeah, I'm going to take a nap today. I'm going to take a nap today. Ay. Bitcoin's taking a beating, hasn't it? Bitcoin took a whooping. Down to 41, 41, 42. $17 minutes. Oh. Is New York open? It is, Heidi. We've been discussing that. Here's the daily. It stopped short of it. But, you know, again, it's an area, right? It's an area. So even if it drops, it's gonna hit demand zone soon. Ugh. Woke up late. Heidi woke up late. Well, you didn't catch the worm today. Or you may still catch the worm. The worm is trying to figure out if there's gonna be another 6 weeks of winter. Or is that the groundhog? Groundhog. Mm, 15 minutes. The New York. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, tennis. Tenise, is it tenise? Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I was trading GU there for a long time, pretty much. But there, if you only trade one pair, then there will be days in which you can't really trade that pair. It's just not ready. You know, you gotta let it transition. So sometimes, man, sometimes you just gotta let it be, let it have a rest, because it's not ready. And GU right now, if anything, I suppose is buys, but you don't really know. Like, for example, okay, yeah, it's a demand zone, but what if the demand zone gets eaten up? What if the demand zone gets broken through? It's touched it a couple times. It could bounce again, most likely. But what if all those orders get chewed up and it breaks? Then it's gonna be crying and gnashing of teeth. The goal is gonna test the lows before the hour. What does that look like on the lower time frame? Looks like a rejection. We'll see if that pans out. Ooh, that looks bad for the Dixie. It's not looking good on the Dixie. Maybe assessing that support again. Is that 10 minutes? 10 minutes to the New York Open. Ooh. Sorry. Probably going to give us a nice push here. Gold is probably going to give us a nice push to end the hour. I would anticipate a rebound on the 8 a.m. open, but I'm not sure. Yeah, GU is pushing up. It still hasn't closed above the zone. Yeah, the higher time frame seems like wanting to sell gold. If you look at the daily, if you look at the 4 hour, on the 4 hour, it rejected the 50 twice. So we shall see what we get. Yeah, that's a great book. Can't Hurt Me. Oh my gosh, what a great book. You build your mind into a brick wall, man. When you realize, I was going through a rough time. I was going through a rough time in college, right? I made some bad decisions. I was facing removal from school. And I was really ashamed and embarrassed and suffering of low self-esteem, perhaps even suicidal ideations, you know. I was in a bad way until I decided what it was that I was going to do. The moment that I made my mind and I made my decision as to what I was going to do, they couldn't hurt me no more. They couldn't hurt me. I was in the same situation. Nothing was changing. Nothing had changed. I'm still going to be asked to leave school. I'm still going to have to make those decisions. I'm still going to have to figure out where I'm going to live, what job I'm going to get, and all this stuff. When can I come back to school, all that stuff. You know, I still have to make all of that. But once I had a conviction of what I needed to do, they couldn't hurt me no more. It didn't hurt no more. It was done. Super powerful place to be. Super powerful. When life is throwing things at you and it soon figures out you're not moving. When somebody pushes you and they expect you to fall and you don't even budge, they freak out. They freak out. It's super powerful. Great book. I recommend it, highly recommend it for anybody. And what he basically says in that book, which is again super powerful, is the fact that if you put yourself in a situation where you force your body to act beyond what the mind thinks capable, the mind eventually gives way to your will and responds to you. So, for example, you're running a marathon and you're completely exhausted, you're burnt out, you can't go another step, but you keep going and you keep going. David Goggins is the author. You force yourself to keep going, right? Your brain is telling you, stop this already. This is painful. When it realizes you're not going to stop, it gives way, and then it gives you everything you need. It gives you all the resources you need. It gives you all the energy and all the strength and all the power to endure everything that you're going through. It's amazing. I have lived it. I know it's true. Okay, looks like gold is going to make that push finally before the hour is out. Let's see if it does. He tells the story of being in a he needed to, he was going through SEAL training. Let's see if the gold is going to do this push. Are you doing this push, Goldie? Are you doing this push for me? 3 minutes. There you go. There you go. There you go. Good job, Gold. Thank you very much. He talks about being in the tank with his instructor. And the way it works, I think they have they have your hands tied, they have your feet tied, and you're supposed to go up and down. He was supposed to do these knots at the bottom of the pool. You go down to do these knots at the bottom of the pool, and then you come up for air. In his case, I think he also had his ankle, was it? His knee was busted. Oh, look at the Dixie. Look at the Dixie getting bold. Look at the Dixie getting bold. I would like to see a little push back from gold here before it breaks, because I think that's going, guys. I like to see a push back from gold and then a pull and then a crash. Because there you go. There you go. There you go. Because the hour is coming. So, and we know about the hour candle. Right, there you go, Mercedes. And Goggins has done exactly that. He's gone out there to do it without training. Now your body, can I say? So anyway, this is the story, and I'm trying to tell the story at the same time. Focus over here. Let me pay attention to what's going on over here before I screw up. I did suffer a loss on gold. A couple of up and downs here. I've been scalping it. I was down. Well, I don't want to tell you the number. A whole lot, because I'm using big lot sizes. I'm doing massive lot sizes. But now I'm down to not even a third of what it was. So this is the move I was waiting for. This is the move I was waiting for, but it's come at the wrong moment. I mean, I was holding and I should have held longer. I should have held longer for this, because this is it. This is it. This is what I was looking for. By the end of the hour, it needed to come down here. Now it has done that. But now it's 30 seconds to the end of the hour. not the time to go in when the New York Open is about to open. So I wait. Perhaps I'll get an even more clear wick by it going up and then giving a much clearer wick to go down. See, the Dixie is, yeah, it was creating support, support. We're going up. You know, pay attention on gold here. Okay, that's the 8 o'clock. See what we get. So it's forming support or found support. Well, we know it's support already. Question is it going to break it now? I think it's going to break it, but I don't know if it's going to break it now. Okay, took another little bit from that push up. Just trying to get this back to zero. I'm gonna wait now and chill. So he's tying ropes, yeah, because I gotta see what it's gonna do here. I want to sell, but I don't want to sell here. I either need to see this or I need to see, oops, or I need to see this with a wick and then down. You know, I need something definitive. I don't have anything definitive. If I was doing anything, I would buy here. The stop loss is right below, which I did for a few pips. Just basically getting my money back. But now I'm waiting. So David Goggins is supposed to, he's supposed to make these, tie these ropes at the bottom of the pool. And the instructor and the SEAL candidate are going down to the bottom of the pool. He's supposed to do the knots. And then the instructor is supposed to give him the thumbs up after inspecting it. And they go back up for air. They go back up for air, and then he comes back down, does another one. You got to do like 6 of them, right? So this instructor is messing with him. He knew that Goggins was hurt because I think his right knee was messed up, and he's messing with him, right? And so they go down. Goggins is working on a knot. He tells him he's got to do it again. He does the knot again, shows it to him. He's taking his sweet time examining it, and Goggins is about to pass out. He ain't got no air, right? And then it goes up again, comes down again, and the instructor is doing the same game with him. And he is like, again, he's about to pass out. He's about to give out completely. And all of a sudden, his mind took him back to a time when his father used to beat him mercilessly when he was little. Okay, now I think this is gonna sell. When his father used to beat him so bad, it was, I mean, it was abusive. It was so bad. The beatings were so bad that he couldn't wear any clothing that would show any skin, because he would be black and blue from top to bottom. He remembered that, and all of a sudden the brain just switched, right? It was like, if I survived that, I survived this. This is nothing. All of a sudden, now think about this, guys. He has not gone up back to get oxygen. This is going, man. This is going. This is going. But I'm not doing anything about it. No, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. It's going. Yeah, there it goes. Yep. There it goes. He hasn't gone up for more oxygen, but all of a sudden, his lungs are full of oxygen. All of a sudden, he has an endless supply of energy. And now he's just treading water, underwater, just fine. And he's taking his sweet time, making his knot, right? He's taking his sweet time and he's smiling. He's laughing at the instructor, right? Because he knows now he's got him. He calls it taking souls. He calls it taking souls. Right? He's taking his soul, right? Because he thinks he had Goggins, and now Goggins has this endless supply of oxygen in his lungs, and he's just chilling. Now, where did that oxygen come from? Anyone? Where did that oxygen come from? His brain created it. His brain slowed down his heart rate. His brain basically, okay, is playing games here. His brain created all of this so that he could survive the experience, and he was fine. Underwater with no oxygen. Oh, there he goes. Now he's giving us the truth. Is this the truth? Is this the truth, Josh, or is it gonna give us a wick here and go back down? This is the game it plays. And by the way, we got news coming, guys. So whatever it is. Right now, I'm chilling. Lost my first 2 trades, won my next 4, and I'm chilling. Still negative, but not too bad. Yeah, I'm waiting here to see. Wow, that was deceptive. That little move. So now I'm waiting for the world to change. So that's part of Goggins' story, and he's not the only person. I actually met someone. I talked about this in the TTA class. I spoke with someone, a man who did, Robert Owens is his name. Look him up. Robert Owens. He ran 7 marathons in 7 continents, I think, in 7 days. Talking about, oh, look at that move. That would have been some nice pippage right there, some nice pippage. That's the buy I was in. And I closed it. That would have been nice. But, oh, excuse me. I'm waiting. And I can't wait too long because, again, news is coming. Anything I don't make now is done. For me, it's done. GU is still messing around here. The Dixie can't make up his mind if it's going up or down. Today is probably a day to stay out until afternoons. Looking for GJ. GJ, which one were you in? Were you in on this one? I think Josh was in on this one. You're still looking all right. but looking at the overall picture, the high probable buys are after this trend line. On GJ. Yeah, maybe that's the wick. Yeah, and my big loss here was just because I was impatient. Because I held it, that would have been a huge win. The sell, my original sell, would have been a huge win. But I've been scalping it as of late because again, my lot sizes are really big. Okay, there you go. My concern now is that if this wick turns red, if this whole thing becomes a wick red, that it's just gonna go. It's not gonna give me even a chance. And there it goes. Yep. And there it goes. Whew. Sorry, guys. Yeah, once your brain, going back to what Mercedes just said there, as far as your mind forever believes it, yeah. Once your brain buys into the fact that you can tell it what to do and it has to obey you, you will forever be changed. You will forever be changed. When I went to get the job with the airline 30 years ago, I had a bad knee, the same bad knee I still have. I still haven't fixed it. I had a bad knee and I needed to lose 25 pounds. I had a couple months to do it. And I set myself a plan because I had decided this is what God wants for me. This is the path God revealed to me in a dream. This was the path. And so once he revealed to me this was the path, I mean, there was nothing else for me to do. I took it. You know, I'm glad I took it. You know, it's not a job that I would want to be there for the rest of my life. And again, I'm basically working once a week now. I was working before 20 days a month, and now I'm working about 5 days a month. So, you know, that's pretty nice, pretty good for me. I'm making, hopefully by the end of this year, I'm done. But when I went to get the job, my concern was, how am I going to lose this weight? I knew the fastest way to lose the weight was to run. You know, again, I was an athlete. I have already finished playing. My playing days were over by 3 years or something like that. So I gained some. I wasn't. It wasn't that I gained weight. It was that I was at my same playing weight without the muscle. Right. I was a fit 205. Pretty strong back then, and now I still weigh 205, but I don't have the definition of the muscle and everything else. It's going. Yeah. Gold is going. Gold is doing the hesitation that it does before it drops 50 pips. That's what I see. That's what I see. All this hesitation that it does, we've been watching this for the last several weeks. It's the hesitation that does before it drops hard. So as far as I'm concerned, it's going. He wants to badly. Yeah, I'm excited, Imani. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait. If I had not done the trades that I had already done, I would be getting in this sell. Let me give you what I see, and then you guys can make up your mind what you want to do. But well, there's still room to, oops, that's not what I want. Well, there's still room for this. There's that 50. That 50 is right there. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. Let's see if it pays out. If it breaks the 50, then it will come down here. But the 50 is coming, so. And what is that? 2 to 1, a little better than 2 to 1. So where was I? Oh, having to lose the weight, right? I'm having to lose the weight. And I know that running is a thing. I hated running. I never have liked running, but I knew it was the fastest way for me to burn the calories. So I set up a plan. 1 meal a day, no sugars, no desserts, push-ups and sit-ups, and 3 miles every day. Now, how was I going to do that with a bum knee? I just said, you know what? If it breaks, it breaks. I'm going. Stretch it every day, right? Stretched it good as much as I could, took off running. Okay, it hurt. My wind wasn't there. You know, I hadn't really trained for 3 years, so my stamina wasn't there. It didn't matter. I just kept going. It was horrible, right? That first day was horrible. Second day, same thing out there. Now the second day, right? The second day, now I'm hurting from the previous day, and I still got to go out there and do it, and I did it. Third day, I just did it. Next day, I did it. Every day, not even a cheat day. Every day, I went out there and did it. Within about a week, there was no more pain in my knee. My knee was holding up just fine. And within 2 weeks, I was strong and going. And in fact, I was doing more laps before. The thing is, from where I was, the apartment where I was, I could run. This is when I was at ORU, or Roberts University. I was in Tulsa. And from my apartment, I could run to the stadium. 3 laps around the stadium was, what was it? How much? It wasn't 3 miles. Was it 3 miles? No, it was just a mile. It was just a mile. 3 laps around the stadium, not a stadium, 3 laps around the track that was around the stadium was a mile. And by the 3rd, 4th week, I was doing a 4th lap. You know, the knee never bothered me after that, and I was fine. Obviously, now that I'm not in the shape as I was before, and I get on the Peloton, my knee bothers me. It's the same knee. It's the same knee, and I'm in the same mindset of, you know what, knee, you better shape up because I'm doing it. It's just amazing to me how your body responds when it knows it has no alternative. When it knows it has no choice, your body responds. And everything else like that in life, oh, look at GU. Look at GU. I just caught off the corner of my eye. Something happening with GU. It's going to the demand zone. Yo creo que la compra se acabó en el GJ. No hagas lo que yo digo, haz lo que tú sabes. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Dixie. Dixie is roaring up. Okay, Dixie's made up its mind. Dixie is breaking the highs, and gold is coming down to give us the win one more time. Yay. Yep. Yeah, Jones, I have the Peloton. So it's super easy. Super easy in that I can go at my own speed. It's got all these scenarios, all the scenes I can enjoy while I'm pedaling away. Yeah, so I'm good. I think gold is going to exceed expectations here in just a minute again. But we do have news. Got to remember that. Got to always remember that. The news is coming. So the whole market may be just waiting. Well, I don't look good. Still. Ugh. As I mentioned, yesterday was my father's birthday. I couldn't get a hold of him. I called him, texted him. He messaged me earlier this morning. He sold the house. He sold the house. So I will soon have my father with me over here. And I can't wait. One of the lessons that my father taught me, he taught me through chess. I so vividly remember the day. Isn't that wild, guys? I mean, I so vividly remember the day when I was getting ready to go to school. I think it was third grade. I was 8 years old. I was having breakfast. My dad comes to me and puts the game, tiny little game, magnetic game he bought, put it right in front of me. I'm looking at that with the curiosity of an 8-year-old, right? What is it? It's chess. And I'm going to teach it to you when you come home today. Okay. Couldn't wait to get home. I had no idea what it was. So he taught me, and we played the first game and we drew, right? And when you draw in chess, is you tied. No winner, right? No winner. You didn't lose, you didn't win, you drew. It's a tie. Okay. For the next 7 years of my life, my dad did not let me win a single game. He beat me every single time. Every time he beat me, 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 every time he beat me. He beat me bad. Then we enter a tournament that was made in the street there with several chess players that were there. We enter a tournament and I'm playing him my final game for second place. And I notice a pattern with me. I noticed that many times I got distracted when we were playing chess, watching TV, because he took a long time to make his moves, right? We all do. When you're playing chess and you're playing real chess, you're concentrated, you're spending time there, you know. And so while he was thinking his move, I had already analyzed the board. I felt I knew what was going on. So I'm watching TV or other things, you know, I got distracted. So that day, I decided I'm not taking my eyes off of the board. I'm going to keep my eyes on the board. I'm going to focus on everything that's happening on the board. I'm not going to do anything but play this game with my father today. And I beat him for the first time in this tournament for second place, little trophy. I beat my father. And then from that moment on, the paradigm shifted, right? For a while there, It was win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. And then I exceeded him, right? Because now I'm playing almost every day. I'm playing at school. I haven't had any back then. I hadn't had, well, still to this day, I haven't had any formal training or nothing like that. But I was playing a lot. And when you play a lot, like anything, you get really good at it. The challenge is playing people who are better than you so that you can get really, really good. My point of that story was my father taught me tenacity. My father taught me to not give up. My father taught me that nobody's going to give you anything. You got to go get it. Oh, it's going to break the height. This would have been a loss. Let's see. This is going to take out my little trade setup. And if you entered that, I hope you didn't put a huge lot size. It's trying. It's going to. Yep, there it goes. That would have been an L. That would have been an L. Let's see if it rejected the same area over here. So I finished the Machu Picchu marathon. What? When I was super sick with Lyme disease. Yeah. I asked to leave before it started, but they lied because they thought I was scared instead of sick. I didn't want to tell people how sick I was. I hadn't eaten anything for 2 weeks prior, but I finished that race and in time to pass the Temple of the Sun by 3:30 p.m. Wow. Wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. That's impressive. Very impressed. All right. Where's the 30? 30 is still there. Well, that would have been an L. Ooh. Where's my Dixie? My Dixie must be crashing, no? It's undecided. Well. I guess I lied. That's very impressive, Mercedes. Man, this is why I didn't like GU. And now gold is doing a similar thing. Just kind of hovering in this whole area here. Same thing with the Dixie. It's just kind of hovering. So I'm thinking again, the market is waiting for news. Oops. The market is waiting for news. It's a good day to lose money. Yeah, the buys was over here. Yep. In a situation like this, you'll get whipsaw back and forth, because again, there's news, and so price begins to range in an area going up and down, but no definitive move. We have a minute and a half to the 8:30 candle. I bet you have some stories to tell, Mercedes. You travel quite a bit. Well, if all I do is end up the day salvaging the day, because to me this is salvaging the day. I was down $1,800 and I'm now only down $200. So that to me is salvaging the day. And I would be content if that's how the day ends. But I like to see what happens with the market after news. The thing is, news is at 10. There's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can do about that until news. Good job. You must have taken a buy, and if you took a buy, could it go further? It could, but I don't know. I'm just saying, be cautious. That was 22 pips. That was a 22 pip move or something like that. I bet you do. I bet you do have stories. Rejecting at this zone again. I think I'm better off keeping an eye on the bigger picture. Yeah, I think I better shut it down now. I've been talking about my trading. I've already overtraded. Unless I see something real clear. Like again, this turning into a wick. On the 50-minute, it looked that way, but then to turn around. 30-minute hour wick would be nice. Oh, sorry. That 8:30? 8:30 went back above the trend line. It's trying to break out of this area right here, back up above the zone. Dixie going back up and down, up and down. Yeah, Stefan, I feel good about it. It's fine. It's fine. You know, I'm at the point now that when I get a win, the win is significantly bigger than that. So if that's my loss, that's fine. You know, just gotta admit that the market got the best of me today. And let it be at that. You know, all in all, I keep learning. That's what we're here for, really, to learn how to take from the market as much as we can when we can, and to lose as little as we can when we do lose. So, okay. It used to be a time that a loss like that would wreck me. To me, it's amazing that after this move, this is having such a hard time deciding to just keep going. Why hesitate? After this move, why hesitate? Why not just keep going? It's indecision in the market. And again, waiting for news. Everybody's jockeying into position. At least in London, right? When we're in the London trade and we see something like that, it just keeps going. Here it comes back down. And it goes up. And it comes down. And it goes up. And it comes down. I think more than anything today, what I need is a nap. Live to trade another day. Wow. On this day in baseball in 1958, actually it was a couple of days ago, knuckleballer Hoyt Wilhelm pitches a 1-0 no-hitter against the New York Yankees at Memorial Stadium. So now the question is, oh my gosh, look at that rejection. So now the question is, here goes that wick. So what am I going to learn from this? I guess what I'm learning from this is, okay, lower your lot size and put the stop loss at the real structure. Because that again is looking like sells, and on the higher time frame, it looks like sells. So what is our hour still at the bottom? 30 minutes still at the bottom, 15 minute, making a move a little bit. But the 4 hour, look at this. Look at the stochastic RSI. 4 hour rejection, rejection, rejection. Daily rejection, massive rejection happening right now. So the question then begs, how many knuckleball pitchers have thrown a no-hitter? How many knuckleball pitchers? I think Phil Nickrow threw a no-hitter, and he was a knuckleballer. I'm asking Google because Google knows everything. Okay. Isn't that something? There are 80 pitchers in the Baseball Hall of Fame. There are 80 pitchers. Only 4 of them were knuckleball pitchers, and each one of them threw a no-hitter. That's not the question I ask you, Google. Yeah, Phil Negro did throw a no-hitter. Okay, so it's still playing around. For those of you who don't know, a knuckleball, I have a couple of baseballs here, so I could do a little demonstration, but a knuckleball is a pitch that you basically, ooh, look at that move, that you hold with your knuckles or with your fingernails, and then you throw it like that so that it doesn't have rotation. Like if you hold the ball the regular way and you throw it, the ball has rotation. So if you throw a knuckleball, the ball has no rotation. And because it has no rotation, the friction of the wind against the seams of the baseball make the baseball go into in an unpredictable pattern. And so the ball is coming at you like this. And anytime it could drop, anytime it could rise, because again, it's the friction of the wind against the ball that is making the ball change direction. No two pitches are the same. No knuckleball pitcher can throw the ball to a specific location. They're just throwing the balls in an area. And so as the pitcher throws it's very hard to throw a good one. And then it becomes very difficult to hit because a fastball is coming like this. A curveball is coming like that. A slider is coming like this. A sinker is coming like that, right? It has a shape, it has a pattern. The knuckleball has no pattern that you can follow. Very difficult to hit. I never faced a knuckleball pitcher. I did face a screwball pitcher, and that's nasty. Screwball is when you throw the ball, instead of curving it like this, you're throwing it the other way. And so the ball goes like that and drops out of the sky. Also very difficult to throw. Probably messed up a few arms, those pitchers who threw it. GU is still making his move to the downside, so Mercedes, your sell on GU is paying. Oops. Broke, retested, and dropped. By now you have 17 pips, 16 pips. Would have had. To answer your question, Stefan, no. Do you feel comfortable? No, I don't feel comfortable with my lot size. I'm still learning it. It has to be news for gold acting the way. Yeah, it has recent crossover the temps people. Yep. It is news. Philly Stadium has a wall of fame where they have casts of every hand placement for every pitch. It's pretty cool. Wow. They have casts of every hand placement for every pitch. Oh, how cool. Okay, I get you. Yep, GU. Good. Good, Mercedes. Yep. Even if you got out, it would have been a good re-entry after the wick, right? It's running right into the demand zone, so that's going to be tricky. And Dixie keeps rejecting, which would imply that gold is going to go up. But everything is struggling this morning. Everything is having a hard time. Not a good day to trade, to be honest. Not like this. Yay, Mercedes. Good job. Yeah, not much to see here. As we continue to watch price be indecisive. If you do any trades, they got to be quick trades. Now, GU took a long time. Up and down, up and down, up and down. It's a little cleaner when you look at the 1 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour. That's actually really clean on the 4 hour, isn't it, guys? It's really clean. Okay, broke on the 4 hour, retested, and dropped. Very clean. I like looking at it like that. Gold rejecting again. It keeps rejecting the 50 on the 30-minute. Broke down below, keeps rejecting it. Yeah, I don't think well, I don't have many touches there. But as far as the wedge is concerned, this is just squeezing in there. Look for an explosive move out of there. And if I had to guess, the explosive move is going to be a buy, making this whole thing a bullish flag. In which case, then gold will come down, which the higher time frame seems to be indicating that anyway. So maybe just went up to get some liquidity to drop, but it's just enough. 13 minutes to the 9 o'clock, and then I'm gonna shut it down. Most likely, guys. My wife is getting ready to go on a trip, and I want to spend a little time with her before she gone. Or then at some point, catch me a nap. Maybe I catch me a nap and catch the move after 10 a.m. I doubt it. Let's see. Home sales. Home sales. That should be a big, important one. Forecast is going to be less, and actual is going to be significantly more. Existing home sales. The forecast is less. I predict that existing home sales is going to be significantly higher. Here in South Florida alone, I think prices are going up like 30% over the year. And that is obviously because homes are selling. If homes weren't selling, prices wouldn't be going up. So I think post-COVID here, we're going to see a lot of home sales. Gold ranging again. I think it's just waiting for news. If you find any value, guys, in the broadcast, please go ahead and like it. If you're not yet subscribed, and you are liking the content that is being provided, please go ahead and subscribe. If you want to be part of a community that is encouraging, uplifting, informative, with plenty of content, I'm going to leave you the link here to come check us out. Yeah, if I was a betting man, I would say that the index is going to rear up. Up and down, up and down. Yeah, I think that, I don't know, for the short term, I think that was the move on GU. This was the move on gold down to here. Now we have all this, whatever this thing is. And not much else. Not much else at the moment. Is that a new 15-minute just open? No, we got 9 minutes. 9 minutes to the close of the hour candle. And the hour candle on gold seems to be closing bullish. We'll see where it ends. Yeah, Mercedes, you have to have faith in yourself, and you have to have faith, or you should have faith in your God. I know not everybody, but I'll tell you this. Going back to what you were saying, as I tell people, just because I say something, don't take my word for it. Go study, go practice. If you find value in what I'm saying, then use it. But more importantly, go out there and find for yourself your truth, right? Okay, the 8 crossed the 50 a while back on the 30-minute. We have a little crossover right here. We shall see if that's significant. Well, this is what I was gonna say about expert, right? My first marriage, we've been married for a little while, and we had not had any children, and we decided to go find out what was going on, since our intent was to have children. And when we go in, the doctor tells my ex that she's got these cysts in her ovaries that are keeping her from being pregnant, and she's not going to be able to get pregnant. And among other things that she said, you're going to have to do this hormone therapy, you're going to have to do this, and years and years and years from now, maybe. And then she goes, this is the this is what got me. She goes, these are your ovaries, this is your life. And something inside of me just rose up and said, bullshit. Practically is what I said. Like, no, she's not God. She's giving her medical opinion. That don't mean nothing. We got home, we sat on the floor. My ex was crying. I said, forget that. Forget what she said. Let's pray. God can do anything. 30 days later, she was pregnant, and we had 3 children, and she never had any problem getting pregnant. In fact, oh, there goes G. Oh, look at this move. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Nice, nice move on GU. That should hit TP for those who are looking for it. Okay, that makes it, yeah, what is that? 25 pips. Okay, 25 pips. That's a nice little win there. Gold is still trying to figure it out. Yeah, in fact, we had 2 miscarriages, right? So basically she got pregnant 5 times after the doctor told her that she couldn't get pregnant. Don't take an expert's advice. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say it like that. The whole point of having experts is to give you advice, right? Don't be stupid. I mean, the whole point of having an expert is to get advice. The point is you have to be convicted. Something inside of you needs to agree or disagree. And if the report doesn't agree with what you know in your faith, go with your faith. Go with your faith. Faith transcends the human experience. Faith transcends the human experience. It's supernatural. You know, if I think that if we really understood the power of our subconscious mind, we could create all kinds of miracles. You know, what we consider miracles. Well, we consider miracles because science cannot explain it, right? Science has not figured out how to observe how it is that a human mind out of nothing creates a thing, right? How a human mind puts this and this and this together and creates a thing or manifests a thing that wasn't there before. You know, science hasn't figured that out yet. I think in time they will. I think in time they will. I don't think there's anything hocus pocus about it. I think faith is a real thing. I think that what Bob Proctor talks about in his teachings of The Secret is real. As far as the brain emitting this, I mean, how can I say? It's not that I think, it's been scientifically proven that the brain is a transistor. It can send and receive messages and affect the thing that it is concentrating on. You guys have seen the videos of people talking to water, people talking to drops of water and then freezing the water, and the shapes of, you know, when you talk lovingly to the water, when you say positive things to the water and freeze it, it creates all these beautiful patterns. When you speak hate and yell at it and you freeze it, it's all distorted and ugly. Okay, what is that? You are projecting it onto it. They've made studies. These are factual things. I've seen the reports. I have seen the scientific studies where they have made studies. There goes gold. There you go. Okay, now is the time to go. Are you going now? Is now when you're going? Or are you going to fake us out again? Is now when you're going, gold? Or we're still waiting for the 9 o'clock candle. Now we're waiting on the 9 o'clock candle. The direction of water, a sprinkle, a spout of water flowing in one direction, and with the mind, the observer could make, there you go. With the mind, the observer could make the water move to the right or move to the left. It's proven. I mean, it's not, you might have not heard about it, but that's a fact. So, like Bob Proctor says, in the 60s, when they were doing the lunar projects. They had people send telepathic messages and they were being received on the earth. Telepathic, by that I mean somebody focusing on something and then somebody over here on earth writing down what the other person was thinking and proven to be factual. So what your mind can do, nobody knows. But you have to be convicted. You have to be convinced about it. Here comes a 9. About to wrap it up, guys. Yeah, Mercedes, that just means you value the opinion of others over your own. You need to get to the point where you trust it, where you trust your own opinion. The only thing that will help you with that is taking risks. Taking risks will help you with that. Because the taking of the risk will prove to you that you were right. And the more you do that, the stronger you will feel in your conviction. Emotos water, that sounds good. I like that. Sure, Christine. You can always book a one-on-one. I think you talked about that at one point. Is that the index over the 50 over there? The index climbed to 50. Let's see if it holds. Yeah, I think I'm done, guys. Let's see. Yep, looks like the Dixie is getting ready to go. You're a brave man, Josh. You're a brave, brave man. O loco, uno de los dos, ¿verdad? You're a brave man o loco. Hola, Luis. Have a happy Wednesday. Perhaps gold did a last kiss movement right there. You can't really tell from all this action. Can't really tell. Yeah, Josh, you're either genius or loco, ¿verdad? Bueno, es que it's small risk, right? It hit demand. GU hit demand and went up. I mean, it's not rocket science. Go rejecting once again. It could just be hanging out. Anybody a voice fan? It had pretty good opening last couple of days. The voice. Monday was pretty good. Yesterday was pretty good. The open of the new 4-hour candle. Gold wants to go. Let's see if it does. The Dixie's still trying to figure itself out. Boom. Okay, I should be in the positive now. I am. Okay, I think I'm going to shut it down now. From 1800 below to 300 positive almost. Yeah, I think I'm done. Yeah. Calling it a day. Definitely overtraded today. Definitely overtraded today. My broker is happy with all the commissions he's made for me today. I think that, I think this is gonna prove to be, this candle, this 4-hour candle should be at least as big as this 4-hour candle coming down. That's how I see it. I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong. But this 4-hour candle should measure same as this 4-hour candle. And that 4-hour candle from open to close was 275 pips. No. What does it say? Is that only 30 pips? No, that's not 30 pips. Why are my numbers skewed? Why are my numbers messed up? Well, I guess so. No, it can't be. I guess it is. Yeah, I guess it is only 30 some pips. There it goes, getting ready to go. But ya yo hice lo mío y se acabó el día para mí. So yeah, this should turn into that. This could be first TP. This is the ultimate. Well, remember the 50 moving average. So basically on my previous setup, it just came to take me out. It just came to take me out. It's getting ready to rip. It's getting ready to rip. Okay, I'm gonna have to, I keep staying here, but I gotta go. My wife is getting ready to leave. So guys, I appreciate you being here with me this morning. Keep an eye on that gold. Again, the way I see it, it's the same setup as I had just a minute ago earlier. Rejection again. So the break of the low. I mean, honestly, I would be in already. I was in already. So if you want to be super safe, right? And you still want your risk to reward, that's a 1-to-1 practically. If you want to be super safe, okay, but it's got to respect that wick at some point. So here or there, either one. Let me move that up just a little bit. Give it some room. And I'm going to be done. Okay. I hope that you guys have a great day. I hope this works out if you guys take it. But I'm done. Gotta go. Appreciate you. See how to do this. There. Take care, guys. I hope that you have a great Wednesday. Do not overtrade. Remember, the news is coming at 10 a.m. And that is going to probably define what's been going on here for the last several hours. Okay. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.